with the team today? There's a lot surrounding this, but I know you guys need to try and shut some of it out. But where are you at? You think?
Again, similar to Game 7. Not a ton different. Obviously, it's there's going to be lots made about the Battle of Alberta and whatnot, but it's still hockey out there, like I said before, and you have to find a way to play our game.
Connor, some guys like to take the morning skates off. You and Ryan are veterans. What is it about why you like to be on the ice in the morning skate today?
A couple of days off, only one skate. We've been skating kind of before games, so just keep the routine going.
The no travel in this series, how much an advantage is that physically? Does that allow you guys to play more minutes, do you feel?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about that, to be honest. Sorry.
You've been around a long time, and this is your first playoff series against your rivals. What's it like? You probably wondered for many years if it would happen, and what's it like now that it's here?
Yeah, I mean, I think like Connor said, doesn't matter who the opponent is. Obviously, we need to have the same mentality of going out tonight and winning a hockey game. But at the same time, I know fans around Alberta have been waiting a long time for this, and myself at some point I knew that. You figure you're going to face them in the playoffs, so definitely excited. But at the same time, it's another round, and we need to come out on top, obviously, and it starts tonight.
Some of the top producers in the league are in this series, Connor. What's the balance between having that high-octane ability, but also understanding they have it too, and needing to kind of manage both sides of it?
Yeah, I mean, I think you've seen both sides when we've played each other in the regular season. We've seen low-scoring, tight-checking games, and obviously last time we were in here it was a 9-5 gong show, pretty much. So, obviously we. We want to be a checking team, and obviously that's the brand that they want to play as well. So, kind of depends. I mean, I think you'll see low-scoring nights, and maybe some nights there's a couple more goals, but I would expect it to be a pretty tight checking series.
Connor, Matthew Tkachuk said you guys got to know each other a little bit in Toronto, training over the summer. What is that relationship like?
Yeah, I mean, he trained up with Gary there a couple of summers, and obviously in the summertime it's pretty light, and guys are trying to get ready for the season and whatnot. So I know him a little bit. Played an All-Star game with him, or maybe two. So yeah, know him a little bit. That's all.
That 9-5 game was a ton of fun from where we're sitting. You guys were happy when it was done. Was that a moment where was that a place where this team looked in the mirror a little bit and said that, straight goal, we got to do something about this?
I think it was more of a case of just not a very good night. We had been playing well before that. I think at the time we came in and we were the top two teams in the whatever recent span. It was just an off night. Obviously a night that we wanted back, but it's just a night during the regular season. That's all.
What's the mentality when you start a series on the road as opposed to starting it at
home? Well, I think it should be the same mentality of keeping things simple early and establishing our speed in our game right away. And, that's kind of the mentality that we had at home in Game 1 against LA, and that's the mentality we're going to have tonight. So it shouldn't change too much.
How would you describe Cody Cece's role and importance on this team?
Very important piece. He plays hard minutes. Big man, defends real well. And pitches in obviously offensively every now and then, and obviously a huge goal last game. So he's a big part of our team for sure.
Might be underlooked by fans and media, but I'm sure within the room it's probably a different feeling, right?
I think those guys definitely go unlooked. You look at. Even a guy like Chris Tanev on their team, probably doesn't get a ton of media attention, but makes it hard to play. Makes it hard for the other team, and those guys are so valuable. So he's our guy, and plays hard every night.
There are lessons to be had whether you win or lose. But what was the biggest thing that you learned about your group coming out of that 7-game series against the Kings, and how you can apply that beginning tonight?
Well, I think it's something that we've known throughout the years, our resilience and our our never giving up kind of attitude. And obviously, you're down 3-2 on the road. It's a tough situation to be in, and the way that we played that game and then brought that same energy back to Edmonton, I thought was really good for our squad. And we went through some adversity like every other team this year, and we've battled through. So I mean, it's something that we've known throughout the year, but it's obviously when you can bear down and get it done at the important times, it says a lot about your group.
Our ebbs and flows are a part of playoff hockey, within the game, within the series. But Jay Woodcroft talks about the baseline. Where do you feel like this team is in establishing that baseline right now?
Yeah, I think a great example of you could definitely have kind of rode the wave of the last series. There was lots of ups and downs. 4 lead changes throughout the series, so definitely ups and downs throughout. And I thought our group just did a good job of just continuing to keep at it and keep going. And kind of Nuge alluded to it earlier. I mean, this is a group that's gone through a lot this year. And being able to just keep going and keep that baseline like you mentioned, and bring it every day. It's definitely pushed us through for sure.
How has the team's style of play changed since Jay took over?
I think maybe just a faster game, a little more skating. I think definitely an eye-opener, obviously, when you lose a coach, and Woody's come in and done a great job with the group, and I think guys have really listened and bought into what he's preaching.
A couple of Flames were asked about this morning, like having not grown up around here. Was there a moment for you early in your career that sort of showed you what the significance of this rivalry is for this province?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, unfortunately for a long time, the Battle of Alberta hasn't meant a ton. But definitely you can just feel it in the arena every time that these two teams meet. Just the fans and the energy in the building is always great. So I wish I had a specific moment, but yeah, no.
Just kind of following up on that, I mean, you mentioned that there really kind of wasn't a Battle of Alberta for many years. Just considering all the awards, the accolades you've gotten, does it mean anything to you to know that you've been a part of the core that has, for lack of a better term, reignited one of the best rivalries in hockey?
Again, I haven't really thought about it like that. This is a playoff series, and obviously it's one that's going to get lots of interest from fans and media and whatnot. But for us, it's a playoff series. We got to find a way to win, and it doesn't really matter who we're playing. So, it's fun that it is the Battle of Alberta, and it's Edmonton, Calgary, and it hasn't happened in a long time. And to be a part of the first one in a while is exciting. But ultimately, it's a playoff series, and got to go about our business.
What do you guys know about the type of hockey that was played when the Battle of Alberta it was in its prime?
Oh, I think the game has changed a decent amount since then, but obviously an intense rivalry back then. And I know you talk to fans that kind of grew up watching that. Obviously a lot of fun for the province.
You guys are the perceived underdogs in this series. A lot of people are picking the Flames to win it. Do you care less what people are predicting that way? Can you feed off it, or is that all white noise?
Yeah, I mean, I'd never even really thought about that either, to be honest. But for the underdog, great. We definitely believe in ourselves. We believe in our group, and it doesn't really matter what the fans or the media have to say.
Connor, you've really changed, or maybe changed the wrong word, but you're fourth on the team in hits. You got 21 hits. Everybody saw the huge hit on Dursey. A lot of people said that really kind of sparked your team. Not every guy's really comfortable. Some guys don't really know how to deliver checks properly. You've done that a few times. Are you adding power forward to your resume a little bit here?
It's just it's a group mentality. We obviously want to be a physical group, and I'm part of the group. And if other guys are going to lay it on the line, I obviously have to do the same thing. So that's what it is.
When you think back to watching old YouTube videos or talking to fans, is there someone on your team who you think would thrive in that kind of gong show, early 90s style hockey?
I mean, Cass would probably love to Love to play back then. I mean, obviously, like I said, is a little different hockey. I mean, guys just run around using their sticks, whacking everybody. But yeah, no, it looked like a lot of fun, and I think tonight should be a lot of fun for us as well. But like Connor said, I mean, it's just it's another playoff series here, and we have to put our best foot forward starting tonight.